Hey, PJ here with the Web Mavericks, and want to talk about something I was listening to today. I learn every day. I go back, I go over stuff. My favorite books are the Secrets trilogy by Russell Brunson. Really, if you want to succeed online, and I'm actually going to teach some courses based on what I've learned. I've put all this stuff together, but I heard a great thing today. I was listening to Alex Hermosi, and he's a disciple of Russell Brunson's. He went out there, he had a gym business, and didn't know how to market it right, and really learned a lot, and he's become quite the multimillionaire now. Grant Cardone has learned off him. Tony Robbins has learned off him. I mean, there's so many. It isn't funny, but breaking down what I do. What I do is I help people sell stuff online. And the problem is people have a product or service and they want to sell it. And they want to go from point A to point Z, right? They just want to put their product out and sell it. And that's not how people buy. First off, people are looking for solutions to problems. And your product or service or offer needs to be a solution. So, it breaks down, there's a couple little parts to it. And I'm going to start breaking down into little parts of the system as we go along in this little venture here. But people want the money, and they want to go from offering something right to the money. And that's not how it works. First off, you need a product or service, but you need an offer. If you want to sell online, you need an offer. An offer is different than a product or service. It's something that's more desirable. It's something, and I will go deeper into an offer, but there's certain nuances. It makes people want to respond now. It gives them a sense of, ooh, I want this. I'd be stupid not to pass it up, right? But to get the offer, you also need, leads. You need people, and most people are depending upon, your list or your following online now, where the majority comes from people you don't know. And you need to get in front of it. You don't need to build traffic or anything. There's more than enough traffic out there already. What you need to do is kind of like stand out in front of your business. If a street was going by, the internet, Facebook, Google, they're like a busy highway. There's people already on it. You just need to go out there and put a sign and say, hey, come here. We've got this. We've got that. We'll take care of you, right? So you need leads. So you need something to sell, and then you need people to sell it to. You need leads. And then you actually need to go and convert them into a sale. And that's not just like putting a price out there. There's an art and a science to it of how to turn a lead into a sale, right? So the biggest thing I think people look at is that they don't know how to get more leads. And I will tell you, there's not a company in the world that doesn't succeed without advertising. Advertising works all the time if you do it right. But again, there's a system. People want to use advertising to just blast out a price and a product and want people to buy it. And that's just, there's not a thing about it that, it's not magic. It's not science. That's not how people do that. The great thing is, here's the beauty that people don't understand about advertising. And this was something that Alex said. It was great, right? Advertising, allows you to have a crappy product and still make money, right? It lets you be terrible at sales and still make money. And it lets you make a ton of mistakes and still make money. That's the beauty of advertising. Good advertising can promote a bad product or service, but a great product or service gets nowhere without any good promotion or advertising. So I just wanted to share that tip with you. I'm going to have more tips that are going through. I'm not telling you to sell a bad product. I hope you give quality service and you have a good product, but advertising can 10x, 100x that. So we'll see you soon. Thanks.